All right, Brendan Schaub. First, we're going to play a clip. And again, all of this, courtesy of the Fighter and the Kids subreddit. The first clip we have is Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith, who I love Louis J. Gomez. I think he's great. I kind of like Dave Smith, too. Dave Smith is really into politics, and he's also a comedian. He can get a little overbearing on the politics, but my whole thing with all that stuff is, like I said earlier, well, then I just turn it off at that point.
Exactly.
I'm not going to bitch about Dave Smith's really passionate about that stuff. He really likes it. And I'm sure if I told him, you get too heavy on the politics, he'd go, well, then stop watching that shit.
Yeah, and?
Yeah. So I just don't watch that part of it. But Louis J. Gomez is great. I mean, he's a very funny guy. And he straight up, I love that after this Bobby Lee thing, people, they watched Joe Rogan kind of low-key remove his cloak of protection from Brendan and Brian, and it is open season on Brendan Schaub. I mean, that special has tanked. Mm-hmm. The Bobby Lee thing and the bullying accusations and all that, it has opened up the floodgates. I think tens of thousands of people who had no idea who Brendan Schaub was before now just hate watch him religiously.
They've turned.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure those homeless cats at PF Chang's on that goddamn subreddit, I'm sure they've seen an influx of new people coming in.
Hell yeah, look at you.
And look at me. And they start going, I got to keep an eye on this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And they watched Rogan not do a damn thing to step in and help these guys. And it's kind of like when you find out the Mafia is not protecting a store anymore. And you're like, oh.
Open season.
Now we can make this guy pay for all the shitty things he's done to us.
Hell yeah.
So Louis J. Gomez is one of the late. Not that Louis J. Gomez has ever needed permission to shit on anyone. But like I said, there's guys who are hammering away at Brendan now who wouldn't fucking dare a year ago.
Everyone has permission now. No one can go against you for doing such.
Right. They'd be worried Rogan's not going to book them or whatever. Now they're just like, fuck this guy. This is Louis J. Gomez making A, great point about comedy, and B, a direct Brendan slam. And I like a direct Brendan slam. I don't like it when these comedians get cunty and kind of hint towards it.
No.
Fucking smash the guy if you're going to smash the guy.
A lot of them do that.
Rich Voss was on Jim and Sam, the last remnants of the great Opie and Anthony show. And they said something about Rich Voss criticizing specials. And he goes, I don't want to get some UFC fighter mad at me. It's like, come on, Rich. You've been doing this for like 50 years now.
Just say Brendan.
Just say fucking Brendan Schaub. Come on. So here's Louis being Louis.
Yeah, right? I think that's part of it.
Being a comic, you realize how hand-jobby that looks and how unfunny it is. And being funny was always, and it is, always more important than being cool to comedians, for the most part. Some comedians, it's not. There's some comedians, you get the fucking Brendan Schaubs of the world and those West Coast guys that are out there.
Whoa. Name drop.
Just right. I love that, though. Talk about who you're talking about.
Yep.
If you want to
be coy.
Right, if you want to hint and be coy, then keep the guy's name out of your fucking mouth. Don't talk about him. Don't shit on him. You throw a name out at me, I'll say his name back and I'll shit on him if I don't like him.
I'd agree. And if people were talking shit about us, I'd rather they just say our names.
Yeah. I mean, you got all these comedians who are worried about like the Bring Back group and all this. I went like this to the Bring Back group. Suck my dick. And you know what they did? Fucking nothing.
Couldn't even look at you.
Because they only want to respond to the people who are scared.
Yes. They're weak. The weak people.
If you're not scared, if you're confident, nobody's going to go after you. Like Louis J. Gomez. And if they do go after Louis J. Gomez, he's going to go, I don't give a fuck. And he's going to continue on. It's the people who stop and notice it and develop psychotic 300-page dossiers on their haters be.
Look, you don't get anywhere by giving a fuck what people have to say about you.
Oh, man. A guy who tells jokes for a living is the most thin-skinned guy in the world.
Everyone gets their own opinions, and many times we've also said, like, it's none of our business what their opinions are. We're just going to keep doing our thing.
Sure, and like, I love Louis here because if you can't say the guy's name, don't talk about him.
Right.
Here, let's watch the clip here. Sorry, guys.
There's some comedians, you get the fucking Brendan Schaubs of the world and those West Coast guys that are out there. But that's the truth. You see it. Being cool.
Nah, he's funny first.
Being cool is more important to a lot of those West Coast guys than it's more important than being funny.
He's right, and that's the end of the clip. He's right. To a lot of those West Coast guys, they want to be hip or they want to be politically correct or they don't want to get in trouble before they want to be good.
They want to be a guy.
They want to be a guy before they want to be the guy. And by the way, who is that guy? That was Dave Smith.
I get a kick out of that. Oh, no. Whoa, he's funny first.
Oh, Brendan's funny first. It's like, you fucking dick.
And Lewis is like, well, I'm never having him here again.
Very funny. Mike says, Kalila turned out to be a snake. I don't know.
Really?
You see, here's how I view Kalila in this whole Brendan Schaub thing. She was a useful piece of the puzzle. I don't trust her at all. I don't think that she's, I don't think she's in it for the right reasons or whatever, but she was very useful in this Brendan Schaub thing.
I would be interested to see why Mike says that she's a snake, though. I wonder what happened.
Because he thinks everybody's a snake? Because he doesn't trust anybody? Because he fucking... Wait, which Mike?
The guy who commented.
Oh, I thought you meant Mike David. I was like,
why would I ever say Mike David?
He doesn't trust or like anyone because he's fucking miserable.
That's so I can see why you responded that way.
Yeah.
No, Jesus, man.
That Mike? I don't know. That's a cool Mike. All right, let's watch Bapa interview Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Did he give himself that name, by the way? I've always wondered that.
It's a way they make fun of him.
Oh, is it? Okay, then it's fine.
It's a way they make fun of him.
That is fine.
It's something he said once, and they just turned it into a thing. It's
even just
those fucking Fighter and the Kid subreddit people are maybe not quite. They're not quite as vicious and vile and disgusting as the O&A fans were in their prime.
Yeah.
But I definitely think they own that mantle at the moment. They picked up the O&A mantle out of the muck and the mud of irrelevance, and they picked it up. They're a little more fun than the O&A people used to be. The O&A people used to be just straight up fucking mean.
Yeah.
Whereas the Fighter and the Kid people, they're jovial. They're fun about it.
Even look at this still shot right now. Like, he is just so concerned with being this pretty guy.
Brian, if I could for a moment, let's not make this about Brendan. First of all, Brendan, gay. Just, it's all so gay.
Oh, just watch his stand-up crowd work.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. The one where he tried to suck that guy's dick for like 5 minutes. Let's talk about Brian Callen first. Bro, you're over 50. It's time, man. Start wearing some age-appropriate shit.
Something.
Brian, I know. Brian's the guy. Brian Callen is the guy who sets his Tinder age range at 20 to 27, thinking that's totally legit. It's like, bro, you're divorced with kids and you're in your 50s, all right? If this was, take it from a guy who was divorced with kids in his 30s, at that point, you can still land some pussy. Even if you still got some Mad TV money rolling around in the cushions of your couch, and the Fighter and the Kid isn't losing money, which, I don't know. Stop with this. All this is so wrong. I mean, I'm not saying you got to go members only jacket, but flip-flops and tight jeans.
That's something that Brendan should be wearing, right?
Honestly, if they burned Brendan's clothes and put Brian's on his and dressed Brian like a grown-up, Brendan would look less gay and Brian would look less embarrassing.
I would agree.
Ugh. There's something wrong with Brendan Schaub, and it goes deeper than CTE. Maybe he has rich daddy syndrome. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Look at him, and he works for one of his dad's companies.
That's true. Yeah. By the way,
don't forget that.
If you guys didn't know this, and shout out to Unique, Kyle, for figuring this out. Thick Boy is owned by Brendan's dad.
Oh, yeah, this isn't Brendan's company.
Thick Boy is not Brendan's company. That is his father's company. It's in his father's name. He got it nice and gifted to him.
His father doesn't like to talk about it, though.
Would you if Brendan was your kid?
Oh, yeah,
so anyway,
how's Thick Boy?
Here's Sammy the Bull Gravano, one of the biggest names in like mob tattletale history, like telling stories and stuff and things like that. Listen, you got a chance to interview Sammy the Bull Gravano. Don't let Brendan Schaub speak. Here you go. Brendan trying to be a guy with ideas. Brendan does this shit too, where he'll have a guest on and he'll tell them what they should do business-wise. Brendan, honest to God, thinks he's a businessman. Brendan is the living epitome, the living Webster's dictionary definition of born on third base and think you hit a triple.
Maybe I'm off base here, but I think the last person to be giving business advice to would be a Mafia man.
Yeah.
I think the last guy.
I think Sammy did okay, but not only is he going to give advice to Sammy the Bull here, and I'm going to let this play through, but it's going to be the most dumb fucking, a 4-year-old wouldn't say this advice. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Schaub for the day.
I wish I could punch the government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they could relate. They can relate to Mafia guys. They can relate to some of the stories, the fun stories. But there's a lot of bad stories, and there's a lot of good stories.
I feel like just the bad stories get told, though, and like the fall down the Mafia. It's like, man, to build that empire, that business, like if you guys would have done it legally, I mean, you're talking one of the greatest business of all time.
Well, yeah,
the amount of money
but you
guys
can't
made.
do it legally.
Legit, he was
Sammy
There
the
you
Bull.
said it.
Thank God Sammy the Bull Gravano said it. What a dumb ape.
Oh.
What an ape man.
The whole thing about the Mafia, I kind of thought, was that it wasn't legal.
I have a great idea for you, Sammy. Sammy, check this out. What if you guys in the Mafia would have done it without breaking the law?
Would you like a gold star on your noggin? for that?
Wow. Thank you, Brendan. That's wow. You know what? Hadn't thought of it.
No.
Oh, man, Brendan, I tell you, if we could rewind the clock back 60 years, I tell you, and put you in charge, that's what Brendan thinks he's going to get out of this. Like, when he says dumb shit like this, in his mind, he's playing the role of hero. Brendan swings for the fences with every one of his comments.
Yeah, he does.
And he does that Looney Tunes thing where it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out on one pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He thought Sammy the Bull Gravano was going to be like,
Oh, my God.
Brendan, back in the day, we should have put you in charge. Yeah, B, you should have put me in charge. I would have definitely run the Mafia.
The Mafia.
I would have run the Mafia so hard. I would have been like, what's his name? John Hottie. I would have been like that guy.
Honey.
I would have been way better than Tony Serpano. Like, I was way better than that guy. Brendan, he wasn't real. I saw him on television. Fucking ape.
This still shot's perfect, by the way. Look at how he's looking at Brendan.
Right.
Just glazed over, like, did that really come out of your mouth?
Here, they're all doing the same thing. Or they're all doing, like, what their attitude is. Brian's like, I'm just running this thing out until it's finished. I'm not happy here anymore.
I'm sleepy.
Brendan's like, bro, these genius ideas, they just come to me just right off the top of my head.
I don't even have to think about it. They just show up.
And Sammy the Bull Gravano's like, this might be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever spoken to.
Why am I here?
That's remarkable.
How did these guys get a Mafia guy? Why would
They
that
just,
happen?
you know what? You can, honestly, Fighter and the Kid, you can throw them enough YouTube numbers that they'll go, yeah, we'll
You
go
want to
on.
get on the Fighter and the Kid?
Me? No, I'm afraid I'll catch a tiny bit. Oh.
Don't tell them.
How does Brendan talk that way? Do you know how old he is?
38.
Balls Deep
How can I
says,
forget?
oh, yeah, bro, if I would have been in the Mafia, I would have met John Bon Gotti.
John Bon Gotti.
It's a different guy, Brendan. It's John Bon Jovi. And he,
How about Whitey Vulgar?
I would have met Whitey Vulgar, dude. Different Mafia, Brendan. And his name's not... Never mind. I love that.
You missed
Oh,
it.
man. It's like people only talk about the negative parts of the Mafia. It's like, you guys are like the greatest business story of all time. If you guys would have done it legally. And then Sammy's like he's trying to be nice. But like, yeah, you can't do it legally.
Maybe the only reason they were successful is because they didn't do it legally.
Somebody
They were
says,
good at it.
somebody else says, those are some sexy shaved ankles.
Oh, were they shaved?
I think Brendan shaves the old
Gross.
legs. I think he might. Thank you very much to D-Luke for the $10 on PayPal. Oh, my God. Daniel with $150. Daniel, if you're not a VIP already, you're only $50 away this week.
Somebody buy him a beer.
Thank you very much. I think we should. So we got D-Luke, we got Daniel with $150, and we got Sam with $5. He says, being behind in chat like Corey. Oh, that's not fair.
Thank you, though. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Daniel. Both Daniels.
So 15 and 150, that is 165. Okay, you know what? That's $5 away from our goals. Guys, we hit our goal today. All right. We're not going to fucking sit here and haggle over $5.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Anything you throw in from now on will go towards that $100 bonus of an extra hour leaning into next week, or it can go into next week's goals.
Absolutely.
If you'd like. So thank you guys very much for the support. We're glad we could do a show that you felt like supporting. I'm happy with the amount of Brendan shit we did.
I am too. It was quality.
All right. We're going to keep Brendan, DSP, the trans story, the butthole story.
Oh, I forgot the butthole story.
4 clips today. No offense, guys, but if I can get 4 clips a day out of an April show, and now I can double the amount of April shows I'm doing,
It's all you, babe. You make us all look so good.
I'm pretty happy. Oh, shit. I wrote it all down for Thursday, though, because all my Thursday clip spots were blank. Whoopsie daisy. No, I'm not saying like, no, I wasn't saying that like it's a bad thing. I was saying like I had empty spots in my Thursday one. No, don't. God damn it. I hate this fucking, because this audience will go, oh, really? You saying that? No, I'm saying that I wrote them in the last empty spots I had.
I really do hate making announcements like that because it's open season then on the comments, like speculating.
I know. Oof. Well, guys, I hope you like that. I think I expend more energy talking about Brendan than I do DSP because Brendan's so dumb. It's exhausting.
When you get excited to talk about something, though, too, I think the energy goes afterwards.
Yeah. Well, it was great.
Look at your fucking Twitter blowing up. I wish mine was like this.
The Twitter's going crazy today. People are retweeting all the DSP stuff, trying to get. I want to have to spend. DSP, make me spend my own money, not even my business's money. Make me spend my own money out of my own pocket to buy you that cameo. This is where DSP's lack of sense of humor hurts him. You know he could make me look like a dick right now.
He sure could. That's what I kind of said about taking the $50K from Keemstar, too. It's like, if everyone expects you to get in there and just look like a complete moron like they usually think you will, like you could have taken money like that and actually cleaned your act up and made them think otherwise and want to keep watching you.
Right.
Like you could be making Aaron look so bad right now, but you won't do it.